G'day everybody, Burnsy47 here, and welcome back today to a series that I am starting on my channel. It is a top 10, could be top 5 at times list. So today we're going to start off with a top 10 special 3s within the contest. Just about the series, I'm excited to start this because there's a wide variety of things I can cover. It can give subscriber or viewer suggestions, and I can take that on board too. So I can interact with my fan base a lot more. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so kicking off the list today is, at number 10 is Hulkbuster. So Hulkbuster is a champion that's not that well sought in the community, but when you watch his special 3, it's just really fun. It's really empowering to watch. So he starts off with a little uppercut, and then he flies up and slams him into the ground and just pulls him probably 20-30 meters throughout the ground, which just looks really imposing. It still looks amazing the first time I've seen it, from the first time I've seen it as well, which is a good quality about the special. It doesn't lose its, I suppose, its uniqueness. It's really enjoyable to watch. So that is the number 10. Alright, so number 9 on the list, I've chosen both Daredevil's original and Netflix. They got the same moveset. So with Daredevil's special 3, he relies on his radar sense. So the first thing is the opponent charges at him, he does a little jump, spinning kick away. Then the opponent comes back for seconds and he jumps over him. Then he gets in a double kick and throws both of the billy clubs. Is that what they're called, or is that something else? But yeah, so that is a fairly amazing special to watch. It shows Daredevil in his full form, I suppose you could say, at his peak. So yeah, that is our number 9. So at number 8 on the list, I have chosen another, I suppose, doubled character. I have chosen both Magnetos. So the cool thing about Magneto's ability is that he hovers up into the air and he summons all this metal around him. Then he encases the opponent in it and just, I suppose, shrinks it on them. And then he just, I don't know, does a little throw with it to get a lot more damage out. It's pretty cool. Also, I suppose, pretty handy that it comes with bleed and heal block and armor break, all those things at once that can come along. But yeah, it's really enjoyable to watch as well, and that is our number 8. So at number 7, I have chosen a few fictional characters within the contest. I have chosen Civil Warrior, who, along with a good design, has, I reckon, a pretty good special. So he starts off with a combo on the enemy that gets blocked. The enemy goes, I don't know, to counter that. I think he blocks one and then evades the other one. He pushes him back. Then he gives him a blast out of his, I don't know what you'd call it, his Captain America shield that's stacked with Stark tech. So that's pretty good to watch, and boy, it would hurt. So that is our number 7. Alright, so at number 6, I have chosen Crossbones. While Crossbones in the Captain America movie was underwhelming, in Marvel Contest of Champions, his special 3 is certainly not. So he starts off by running at the opponent and giving him a kick to the back wall, or truck depending on the map. The opponent then, suppose, rebounds off it. He then throws a sticky grenade. The opponent gets launched into the air towards Crossbones, and while in the air, I think he hits him up, and then he slams him back down, which is just an amazing thing to watch. So that is why he is our number 6. So we are now into the top half of the top 10, starting off in number 5. And we have chosen Elektra, whose special is amazing. So she starts off by knocking the opponent into the air with her sword. And then when the opponent lands, they get back up. She turns away. and she stabs him right in the chest. You can just imagine how badass that looks. Even now, watching it, I've had her for over a year, I'd say, as a 4-star. And every time I watch it, it just amazes me how strong and sassy it is. I just love it. So that is why it is number 5. At number 4 on our list, we have the newest champion in the game as of this video, which is Dormammu. So Dormammu, there's a lot of hype about him, mainly about his abilities, but the one thing that actually stands out a lot is his special 3. So with his special 3, he starts off by picking up the opponent, telekinetically I suppose, throwing them through a portal into what I guess is, I think it's the Dark Realm is where he resides in generally. And then as they try and flee away from Dormammu with his, I suppose, embiggened state, he just sends down that big left fist and crushes them, which you can tell that if that doesn't kill the opponent, they're going to be hurting for a very long time. So that is why he is the number 4 on the list. Alright, so now we're into the top 3. So with the 3rd on the list, we are starting off with Waldo. So Waldo runs up to the opponents, I suppose he spins around and gives them a back heel, sending them through I don't know what it's called, I can't remember from the movies, just to a different realm. I think it's the mirror realm, I'm pretty sure. And then he changes the gravity, sends his opponent who's trying to crawl back up, which just looks amazing with some characters like Venom. I suppose all the bigger characters, it just looks amazing, them trying to crawl back up, but they're defenseless. And he sends them back into a portal which has these tentacles, which is just, I don't know, it's really amazing to watch. Also, another thing that didn't really change my opinion on his special is that he can also get regen from it, which is really good. So that's why he is number 3. So we are into the 2nd place now, with possibly the scariest special on the game. So we've got Venom. He sends out his tendrils to the opponent, picks him up and slams him down, jumps towards them, but then jumps up in the air. The opponent gets up looking shit scared, looking around, where the fuck is he? You can see Venom just drops his head down, picks him up, does a little special off screen, drops the opponent back down, gets his tongue right in their face, and then rips out what you can just view as near where their heart is. So that's just an amazing special to watch. It's still, as I said before, it's probably the scariest. I reckon it probably seems to be one of the most thoughtful, because there's 3 or 4 different ways he gets a little combo on the opponent, which is just amazing. So that is why he is our number 2. So just before we jump into the number 1 special 3 on the list, I'd like to give 5 honourable mentions. Is to 3 of the bosses, the main quest bosses. So that's Kang, who I suppose flies up in the air with all these, they look like pumpkin bombs from the Green Goblin, and they just send razor beam at the opponent. Thanos, who picks him up with his glove, and he does what Hulk does to Loki in the Avengers movie towards the end, which is just amazing. Maestro's, who's just what breaks Captain America's shield, unleashes just a can of whoop ass on the opponent. The other one is Guillotine. She summons all these souls and they come in and stab the opponent all at once, simultaneously, which is just something really amazing to watch as well. And Hyperion, who knocks his opponent down, flies up into space and then just comes down like a meteor, bang into the opponent. And so those 5 I mentioned there are honourable mentions that didn't quite make the cut, but I'm still blown away. I still like them as well. So the number 1 special 3, in my opinion, don't forget that, in my opinion, on the list is Karnak. So having Karnak as a 5-star, I have the pleasure of being able to see this special every day that I use him. Also getting the 20% boost just looks amazing. So even with the boost in play, At the start of his special, Karnak, he supposedly just opens his arm up just to loosen and focus. You can see his eyes glow when we get that bonus damage with the 5-star. The opponent then charges towards him. He dashes back on 3 attacks, and on the last attack he grabs their arm. And as you can see with Hulkbuster, is a pretty large character, so to be able to restrain him like that is just fantastic. And then he just holds his arm up, then gives him a little push in the chest, and that push is enough to send him back, what you say is 20-30 meters at the most, which is just the first time I watch it's amazing, and when I still watch it, I'm just completely blown away by it. It's just it's just simple but amazing at the same time. So that is why Karnak, in my eyes, so that was the top 10 Special 3 list. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more content like this, feel free to leave a like. Comment down below who your favourite Special 3 is by what character. And also comment down below any list that you'd want to see in the future. And see you later.